Welcome back, friends. Here for another update. Last night we lost power. I think probably for, I don't know, half hour, 45, about 45 minutes probably. So I was like, are we gonna get power back soon? I think it was like midnight, 1 o'clock. I didn't really pay attention at the time. And I'm like, the chicks, the incubator, I just set it up and now we're losing power. I have a power bank. It's probably good for 3 hours running the incubator and the Wi-Fi. But this light, as soon as it turned on, it killed the battery. Those type of lights are consume quite a bit of electricity. So what I did last night, on top of this, I put a blanket or a towel, I will say. I put a towel just to keep the warm in there, and I unplugged the light just in case the electricity will come back. I don't want it to burn the towel. But it didn't took long, about 45 minutes, and then the electricity was back. For the incubator, I think it's still defined. I also throw a towel on top of it. I'm gonna put the other styrofoam on top today, just in case. And I have another power bank back in the trailer, so I'm gonna bring the other power bank, and I just gonna set it up for the incubator. The chicks, I'm not gonna hook up the light to the power bank this time. If the power fails or anything like that. Here is not as cold, so I'm not so worried about it, and they're growing pretty fast. Yesterday, because of the power, I brought the temperature down to 85. So remember I told you guys the first week it will be 95. Well, all of them were like all away from the light, so it was too hot. I brought it down to 90 or 92, something like that. And last night, when the power went out, I left it at 85, and they're doing fine. So they're doing fine. I added some fresh feed because it was all gone, but they're doing fine at 85 degrees. So if they're doing fine at 85 degrees, right now they're all over there because I'm right here. But if they're doing fine, I'm just gonna leave it that way. And look at those little tails. Yesterday when you had those tails looking that way, we know they had like the tails starting to come out. But look at this. There's a female. There's another one with the tails coming out, another female. The females will have their feathers from the wings longer, and they will develop feathers on the tail way before the rooster. So that's what we got going on. It's just wonderful, the change that they do day by day. The only thing is these little black ones. Well, not the black ones, but the naked neck. I don't know why their feathers are this way on the end. They're all stuck together. So the one that we think there is a rooster is the yellow naked neck. Can do it with one hand. But look at his feathers. Oops. He doesn't want to be grabbed. He's probably like he's dead. I don't know. Oh, there's another one over here. No. Oh, I got three yellow naked necks. Am I grabbing the same one or what? Like how it says, oh, wood. So this one is one short, one long. So these ones, they look like bullets. Well, only time will say. I will need to clean this box today. And look at that mess on the water. I'm gonna need to change the water so they can have some clean water. And they're chasing something. The incubator, we got it set up to 37.4 Celsius. Again, just like the less incubator. The less incubation. And it's gonna complete day 1 today. We got only the 56 eggs. And I'm gonna put the cover on top to keep the worm in there so it's a little more stable. So I went and put the styrofoam, and I also put this. It's still like, I don't know what it is or what it's called, but it's kind of like a styrofoam, but it's like a little piece of cloth, so it will keep the worm inside. I'll open the vents and here for the power. I don't care about the light because we're using a flashlight. And I uncovered the digital control along with the buttons, and this for the water, so it should keep the temperature for a longer time. It will not use as much energy, being that the heat, it will stay for longer in there. So just in case we lose power again. I know I said we got a backup battery for 3 hours, but you never know how long it's gonna take for them to put the electricity back. So just in case, we might start getting storms constantly. So let's just do the prevention instead of, like last night, trying to figure out what to do. Crickets. Last night we caught, I think, another 2 crickets. We got 6 in there. So hopefully we are able to produce enough crickets for our chickens and for our chicks. It's gonna take a long time probably for them to reproduce as many as we need. But hey, we are starting, and little by little we'll get there. See how the chicks are more now over here than back there. So I think they're gonna do fine with the 85, but we're still gonna keep an eye on them. And if we see that they're like following up each other on top of it, we might raise the temperature a little bit. So I put another backup battery. These are the only 2 they have, and this one is gonna have power for the incubator only, and this other one is gonna be for the internet for the house. And it should be good enough, for, I don't know, if the power goes out, how long it's gonna last for the incubator. Let's see. So it says display. I don't know, maybe I need to unplug it and they will let me know how long it will last. And this one I just barely plugged it up, so it needs to charge. But hey, at least the internet and whatever. This one is plugged up to the second one, but if the power goes out, it's still gonna turn off. And that one is controlling the light, but I'm not so worried about these ones. If the power goes out for an hour, that should be good. And I said I'm not worried about it if the power goes out for an hour or so. It's because it's hot in here. I'm pretty sure the heat lamp it have been going on during the day. Most likely if it goes on, it's at night time. This is why I said I'm not so worried about it. They should do good if the power goes out for a while. And here, it's not like air is coming in and it's getting cold or anything like that. I'm more worried about the incubator being out without power. I don't know how much or how long it holds the heat inside the incubator, and being that this is a second time, we need to do a good job to know, hey, our settings are good or we need to change them. This time I'm still running the incubator with the same settings as last time. The only difference is instead of 60 some eggs, I got only 56, the one that the incubator requires. And when it's time to hatch, I'm gonna add some water inside so the humidity raise up faster and it's more humid than just letting it run with the pump. So that's what I did for the chicks in the incubator. After last night, I said, you know what? I got a power bank there. I need to use it. So we all set. And the thing is, with the internet in the incubator, he said they had like 3 hours available to run. But when the heat lamp it went on, it took all the use out of the power bank. The good thing is after a little bit, it just the power came back on. So that was a good thing. Alright, so let's change the water. Give them some fresh water. Okay. Yeah. We got stuff in it. So I only put half of the water this time on the container, and I didn't put the pebbles. I know I said I was gonna do it until Monday, but I'm gonna leave it that way. Yeah. Let's see what happens. So at 463 minutes, almost 8 hours. But when the incubator starts like heating up, it goes down to 150 minutes. There you go. 148, 167, but it's real quick. Because it's working, it's trying to heat up the incubator inside. Then it goes back to 463. So I think probably about 5 hours if the power goes out. I think 5 hours without power is pretty good. So I put some of the stuff that Erica used for the plants to give it a natural habitat, and I'm gonna add the 6 crickets to this, and I'm gonna put some lechuga so they can eat and drink off of it. And Cassandra is gonna dump them in there. Is
that all?
Yeah.
They already did.
Right there están los cartones de los huevos. Bring me one.
Where?
Right in the corner. We're gonna add one of those 30 carton eggs so they can have it as home.
Oh, there's a little one.
And that's it. Over here we're gonna add a container with dirt so they can lay eggs. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully they give us some more crickets so we can feed our chickens. I don't know if I should put a top on the tote or just leave them like that. I'm like, if you have everything that you need, I think they're gonna stay there.
Where are they?
Alright, so they got food, they got dirt, and the dirt needs to be moisture so they can lay eggs. They have a cover as a house, and they got all this room. It's probably too big for them, but it's fine. Hopefully, they said it takes about 2 weeks after they lay eggs and to hatch out. So let's see. It seems like these ones are already adults, so they should, if we got females and males, they should be laying eggs pretty soon. They said every, I can't remember, it says 2 or 3 days they lay eggs. But yeah, this is the setup. As simple as this. I'm gonna need to put the cover on the tote because I forgot that I have dogs, and the last thing I want them is to spread this all around the house. So I'm gonna need to put the cover on. And they're walking around, look. And you know, once it goes dark is when they're more active. So if I put the cover on, it's fine. They like the dark. What do you guys think, friends? Think we are gonna be able to bring some crickets for our chicks? And then a little bit ago, I raised the temperature for the chicks. Temperature is starting to go down a little bit here, and I saw them starting to pile up. You don't want that because then they will suffocate from the heat because they will start laying on each other. So I raised the temperature to 90 again. So during the day it's fine, 85, and then in the afternoon, towards the night, back to 90. Estrella Blanca 52, yeah, they're growing very fast. Once they complete a week, Monday or Tuesday, I don't know, they're gonna look completely different to what they look now. Her lady, Chip P, it is me. And thank you, and I hope you learned something from me. And I had tried to set them before. I never had keep an eye if I'm correct or not. That's why it's kind of difficult, especially to let you guys know, hey, it is a rooster or pullet. But most of them are pullets, and hopefully I'm not wrong. But yeah, there's a couple ways. Also, the little tail in the back, if you see that one coming out, it's because it's a pullet. The roosters, it takes quite a bit of time for them to grow a tail. Lorraine Bainan, 1445. Qué bueno que te guste el contenido y gracias por comentar. And thank you everyone that have commented on this video, on the last video. And if you would like a shout out or you get questions or anything, please comment on the bottom. I will try to answer any of the comments in the following video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. Peace. Thank you. So right after we put the dirt, she's laying eggs already, friends. I'm so happy. So today is how long it takes to lay the eggs, I don't know, but they got like a little needle in the, actually she has 3 needles, and the needle in the middle, it goes down on the dirt to lay the eggs. I was just sitting here, seeing how they add to the environment, and look what I was able to witness. You see, she's retrieving the needle. I don't know if you guys are able to see it in the camera, but here I'm barely able to see it. It's like she retrieved it and then she put it back down. He's back at it again. Yep, we're gonna have baby crickets, baby chicks and baby crickets. We're gonna do good, friends. We're gonna do good. I already can see a bunch of little chicks, then chickens and baby crickets, and then crickets, so we can feed all our chickens. I